Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend DG Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest nights,
No evil shall escape my sight.
but those who worship evil's might.
beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to Sector 2814, the Green Lantern podcast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, Master of the Core.
I am Will. Hey, everyone.
That's right. And today we're covering 4 issues, including the true final issue of Ron Marz's first run on Green Lantern. 125 and then 126, 127, 128. So what? So like Jay Faerber had like 3 issues. So
Yep. Mm-hmm.
wonder if they were just like, like, oh, Judd Winnick needs more time, so can you fill 3 months? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because they were all done in one, just boom, boom, boom.
That's what it seems, unless they had something sitting on the shelf. Because I don't know at this point, but like I think both companies would just like hold, different
Stockpile
writers
a little bit.
Yeah, just like have a little one and done they could like throw in there. Now it's just like, these days I don't think they want to break up trade paperback, so it's just like, if it's late, it's late. You ain't getting no filling issue.
Absolutely.
How
you doing, man?
Good. How are you? Yes, kids. If you're listening to us on the podcast, you'll hear no delay. But yes, for Will and I, it's been like 2 weeks since we've spoken.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was so weird. Yes, I'm talking Green Lantern. I really haven't seen any Green Lantern news, but you're not gonna like this. Hal Jordan was mentioned in the last issue of Flashpoint Beyond.
Oh, I'm sure he got tons of respect. And...
Well, I think this is Batman's dialogue too, so take that with a grain of salt, if you will. No, he's talking about Rip Hunter, and he's talking about he's talking about Rip Hunter. He's the most arrogant man I've ever met in my life, and considering I know Lex Luthor and Hal Jordan, that's saying something.
Nice.
He said they put Hal in the same ego category as Lex Luthor.
That to me shows a complete misunderstanding of the character, but whatever.
Well, I was gonna say, I was like, I think there's like, I don't know who to attribute that to, because there's like, I think 3 writers on this, maybe. Yeah, Jeff Johns, Tim Sheridan, and Jeremy Adams. So I'm sure one of those 3 threw that in. Yes.
Yeah, nice.
But yes, there were books that start Batman this week. It's crazy, I know.
Strange. Any Green Lantern news at all?
That's what I said. I really haven't heard.
I can't think of anything.
Nothing on the show. Nothing.
So no word on. I mean, we get toward the end of November is the Emerald Knight, right?
One shot. Yeah. Yep. So probably like a month out from that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What about when's the final issue of
Dark Crisis?
Infinite Dark Final Crisis or whatever it is.
What, Infinite Earths in the multiverse? I think all those are wrapping up in December. So yeah.
Okay. Well, we should be getting, I think, in a couple of weeks, or maybe just a week, new solicitations for January, right?
I think so. Yeah. I'm trying to remember if we got some already or not. But I know we are getting. Is it November? I think we're pretty soon. We're getting a new JSA series, so we'll be getting some Alan Scott at least. Maybe Jade. Oh, the new episode of Stargirl this week. You probably didn't see it, but no, Jade is back. Her brother Obsidian was in there.
Oh, cool.
I
We
don't know
need
if
to
they're-
catch up on that and Superman and Lois. We've not been
Yeah.
watching those for some reason.
But yeah, it was like part one. It was part one. Infinity Inc. was the name of the episode. We'll listen to the next one, I think. So, you
Cool.
never guess who's in it? Director, or I think they should just call him Mr. Bones or something. But
Oh,
so
nice.
we did get a tangentially a Green Lantern link because Jade was in it. Well, she's been carrying around Alan's ring because I don't think her power's internalized. She's been using like Alan's ring.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Well, like they did a flashback in it. I don't know if it's like it could have went either way, but they showed like when she first put on Alan's ring, that's when like this darkness erupted from Obsidian. So
Oh,
I don't know if it was gonna swing either way, but she put on the ring first.
they didn't make her green in the series, right?
Oh yeah, no, she's not green. No.
Okay.
So
Not actually Jade.
Yeah, no. I think they pretty much just call her Jenny. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So it's kind of a Green Lantern desert for news, isn't it?
Yep. Probably for
And-
most of the rest of the year. Yeah.
And it has been for the last 3 months, 4 months.
I mean, every so often you get like Hal Jordan popping up in Dark Crisis, but yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Are you keeping up with Quantum Leap?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Been enjoying that. That's kind of fun.
Oh yeah. And I started a rewatch because I got some points from work, so I was able to buy it. Well, I didn't have to buy it; I got it for free. I got a Blu-ray player once. I bought a new Blu-ray player, and I got the complete first series of Quantum Leap on Blu-ray. So I'm starting rewatching that.
We've been watching them. We just finished the first season and I guess the second episode of the second season. So we're 2 episodes into the second season at this point.
Yeah, I think what was it last night? I just watched what was that? What was it? Right Hand of God. The boxing one, or
yeah.
you get the nuns the money for the chapel or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I love how in the one we just watched, Al has to testify in front of some senators about the budget, and and I love how he just says, yeah, basically we think God is running him around to different places and fixing things. What? Okay, we're just gonna go with it.
Well, I love that one where he's the college professor, and they're like, the
Mhm.
senators or whoever are going to shut down the project, and then it's, Al's like, oh yeah, I had, I had Tina seduce Weitzman or whatever, and now we can
Yeah.
blackmail him into keeping the project going. But no, it's interesting because Lilith had never watched the original series, and like I guess I don't know if she watched the whole thing yet or not, but like she's watching the original series and the new one kind of at the same time for the first time.
Mhm.
And she said she prefers the original. She's like, I'm not even like the biggest Bakula fan, but she's like, just the I guess the chemistry that he had with Dean Stockwell. She was like,
Oh
yeah,
they really worked well together. That was pretty awesome.
oh yeah. I figure that has to be like a tough job, like either the old one or the new one, where it's like every week, it's basically like the two of you and the Leaper and the Hologram, and it's like you work with a whole new cast every week.
Exactly. Well, in the new one, I like that we get more of the
Mhm.
home time stuff because,
With the project,
yeah, there's also there's a destination. They're doing this. There is a reason. It's not, God. It's there's a reason that they're doing this. And I have some theories, but I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole because we're here to talk about Green Lantern.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Why you want to jump it? You want to jump into these?
You bet. I enjoyed the first one. The other ones were
Again, they're filling. They're one and done.
they're filling. Yeah, it was an interesting. I don't know if I was still reading Green Lantern at this time, but I would think that you would, after your longtime writer departs, you would want to have something ready to go instead of three fill-in issues, because there's really no continuity between those three issues at all. It's just, hey, this happens, and this happens.
I wonder though if there's like a thing where it's like, oh, Judd Winnick's supposed to start now, but it's like, okay, he's not starting this month, so I need one story, and it's like, okay, so he's gonna start next month, and the next month comes, oh, he's still not ready. I need you to do another
Yeah,
fill-in issue. So I wonder if it was just from month
yeah.
to month they didn't know. That's why it was a bunch of one and dones, maybe.
I don't know. It's just kind of weird.
Or I wonder if it's just like it was like I said, like stock stories that they had sitting on the shelf, maybe, because it's like I don't
And
think
wanted to
those
burn them.
yeah, the three
Yeah,
fill-ins really don't affect like it get into his personal
anything.
life or anything. So it's like, yeah, I'm just wondering if those were just like, hey, we need some stock stories that we can plug in anywhere. So
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. But I could definitely tell that they were not written by Ron Marz. Definitely.
oh yeah. All right, but yes, his final issue, well, his first run was Green Lantern 125 from June 2000, Tomb Raider. So yes, this hold on, this will be the last time we'll get to hit this button for a while. Written by friend of the show, Ron Marz.
This is Ron Marz. You are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Penciler, soon to be friend of the show, Jeff Johnson. We'll be talking to him soon on Capes and Lunatics. We'll be there.
That's right.
Inker Keith Aiken, colorist Rob Schwager, letterer Sean Conant, and editor Bob Schreck and Ellie Williams. Green Lantern shows up late for a JLA meeting at the Watchtower. The League has decided to extend their headquarters into the lower levels, and Cal now is supposed to dig out the necessary space. Using his power ring, the digging work is not that hard, but then he suddenly finds a stone door with runes on it. Cal can't stop himself, and he breaks into to find a silent robot army, reminding him of the famous terracotta warriors. When the robots awake, Cal is sure they exist to protect some kind of tomb. Green Lantern fights the robots and defeats them easily before investigating the casket a little closer. However, the huge alien bug inside is not dead at all and starts to attack Green Lantern. Cal now realizes that these robots were not present to protect the tomb, but to guard a prisoner. Cal has problems at first, but then he has the idea to use some of the robot's weaponry, which obviously was custom made to deal with the prisoner. He is successful and puts the alien back into his cell before returning back to the Watchtower.
Yep.
So, yes. Thoughts?
Well, there's some, there's some dialogue that Kyle has with himself, about, hey, things are messy. What do I do? The core, the Donna, Jade. Sometimes you just have to walk away. And I really felt like Mars was speaking directly to the reader at that point.
Yeah, but didn't we kind of get dialogue like that last issue though too?
A little bit, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was an interesting way to go out. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a single done in one issue, which Mars did a lot of those. There weren't a lot of multi-issue arcs in his first run on Green Lantern, which is interesting because I mean he was on there for what, 75 issues, which is
Yeah, something like that. But
I mean
what?
obviously Emerald Twilight and then the Graven stuff and then there were some two-parters here and there, but for the most part I think by and large a lot of his issues were kind of single issue stories.
Yeah, but and then like we said, we kind of had to juggle around like crossovers like 0 Hour and stuff. And then
Yeah.
we kind of had to we were trying
Final
to
Night.
we were trying to keep that Connor Hawk Green Arrow book alive
Exactly.
3 or 4 times.
Exactly. How many times did we cross over with that? Yeah.
We won't even mention the cruise ship issues.
Oh man. But I thought this was a decent issue to go out on. I mean, it was well done, and you had art by Jeff Johnson, which is obviously amazing, and then
Oh yeah, I mean not only Cal, but we got him drawing like a lot of the JLA, like Plastic Man, Superman,
Mhm.
Batman for a little bit, and Wonder Woman, John Jones.
Yeah, I thought it was a good issue.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because remember, like even like like the last one, that 120 through oh no, 121 through 124. That kind of was like a bigger story, like a.
Hmm.
So
Like
yeah.
and I kind of feel like poor Effigy doesn't get any respect. We'll get to that later, though.
Oh yeah. But I'm surprised though too. I wonder if this was like a last minute scheduling thing too, because I mean 125 Ron Marz is for as far as his last issue. I mean I'm surprised it wasn't double sized or something.
Yeah, I would, for someone that had, I mean, in reality, been kind of the sole guidance, and the person behind Green Lantern for, what, 8 years, 7 years, which is a really long time, right?
Hmm.
I would have expected, a little more fanfare, I guess. Hey, he's leaving, but welcome our new writer, and and then have a, maybe Mars does a double. It's a double-sized issue. Mars does three-quarters of it, and then have the new writer do a backup to kind of introduce, what the new status quo and the new stuff is going to be. But this is just like, hey, this is his last issue. We're going to have 3 fill-ins, and boom, here we go with our new writer. It just seems weird.
Yeah, I just wonder if like something went down behind the scenes or something, because stuff like has happened. 'Cause I know like when we talked to DG Chichester, like he's like he got no call or nothing to let him know like he wasn't working on Daredevil anymore. It was
Oh,
basically like
nice.
what to send in work. It's like, oh yeah, you don't work here anymore. It's like, wait, what?
Excuse me.
Yeah,
Thanks for letting
exactly.
me know.
Exactly. I don't know if there was something with the editor or something, but yeah, it was just like, so yes, sometimes, yeah, they're not the nicest when they're, it's like, oh yeah, your time's done.
Yeah, I guess
I
so.
mean, not that Ron Marz had to worry. I mean, wasn't he still
Yeah.
doing like Silver Surfer and stuff? And
Oh yeah, and I think he was moving on to some Dark Horse stuff after this, or maybe cross-gen stuff.
oh yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Because remember we talked, yeah, he had no shortage of work. So,
Hmm.
all right, so yeah, we'll jump to these Jay Faerber tie-ins here.
That was a pretty awesome sound effect that you just did accidentally.
Well, let's move to the next one. Bong. All right, so
126.
yep. I was gonna say that gong will replace the Coda button. All right, so Green Lantern number 126, July 2000. Man, see, when we don't have like other books that I mean, we're cruising we're already halfway through the year 2000.
Hmm.
Deep cover by writer Jay Faerber, penciler Gus Vasquez, inker Walden Wong, colorist Rob Schwager, letterer Sean Connaught, and editors Bob Schreck and Frank Barrios. So yeah, like we kind of got a mixed bag here. New writer, new penciler,
Hmm.
new inker. I think the colorist and letterer might be the only same two people from last time. Yeah.
Yeah.
The villain, the villain Undertow, has anyone ever heard of him? Escaped from Slabside Island prison and abducted his ex-wife. But then he was killed by U.S. Marshals without having any indication where he kept his ex-wife. Therefore, the prison warden Dunahay invites Green Lantern to work undercover to find out where Undertow might hide his ex-wife. And again, he didn't invite him. Cal's like, "Let me go undercover." He's like, "Nah, I don't want you going in there." Wasn't this the same guy from what was that, 79?
When they had the riot, yeah.
Yeah.
And we actually have editor's notes in here on that, I think.
Yeah,
Which
I think
actually
so. Yeah. So I mean, at least Jay Faerber's doing his homework here.
Yep.
Disguised as the Jade Dragon, Cal was expected to get that information from Undertow's last cellmate named Shakedown. The villain is not shy to talk to Cal, but he does not want to discuss anything related to Undertow. During the night, Cal
Cal's to witness how security guards take Shakedown away. Using his power ring, Cal leaves his cell and finds Shakedown and other inmates in a laboratory where they are treated like guinea pigs. With Cal's distraction, the inmates are able to overpower the guards, and Cal finds himself in a full-fledged prison riot again. But as tensions rise between the villains, Cal reveals that he is the Green Lantern and convinces them to let him talk with the warden. But Danae does not think he is violating any human rights because his inmates are not good for anything else. Therefore, he orders his guards to storm the basement. Again, Green Lantern convinces the inmates not to interfere by promising to make the illegal procedures public. Cal is able to stop the guards and, with help by Oracle, contacts the DEO to take care of Danae. Shortly after that, Shakedown tells Green Lantern about an underwater cave where Undertow probably kept his ex-wife. Cal immediately takes off and rescues the woman just in time after the cave fills itself fully with water. So, I mean, pretty much the only connection to any previous story was that prison and that one.
And I don't know.
I mean, it's not bad, but it's just basically like a generic superhero story.
Pretty much, yeah. There's nothing that makes this a Green Lantern story. You're absolutely right.
And I mean, the art's not bad. It's different than what we've got.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I had to compare it to any of it's probably closest to Jeff Johnson's style.
Mm-hmm. But Johnson's a little. I think his figures are a little more refined, and they're not quite as muscular as this artist. But yeah, the art's fine on it. It's just that the story is kind of. You're right. It's kind of a generic superhero story. There's nothing extra special about it that makes it a Green Lantern story.
Yeah. I mean, the art's not bad. I'm not familiar with the gentleman, so I wonder if there was even a tryout thing too. It's like, oh, hey, we got to fill in Green Lantern issue. Can you pencil it?
Oh, and doesn't he do the next 2 issues as well?
I don't.
No, Ron Lim does one of them.
Yeah,
Ron Lim,
I was going to say, I think it's the next one Ron Lim does. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get to that one?
Let's do it.
All right. Green Lantern number 127 from August 2000. Damn, we're cruising. Burning Desire. Writer Jay Faerber, yes. Penciler Ron Lim. Inker Jordy Ensign. So yet another new inker. Colors Rob Schwager. Letter Sean Cannot. Yeah. And same editors as last time. So yeah, once again, I mean, Jay Farber's back, but we get new penciler, inker. The female villain, Killer Frost, is being transported by the DEO, but the van has an accident and Killer Frost is able to free herself. And then she also gets unexpected help from Effigy. Here we go.
Something about Green Lantern is barely in this book.
I know. That's what I was reading this because I think Cal doesn't even show up to halfway through the issue.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, this is almost Effigy guest starring Green Lantern. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The two of them seem to be a perfect fit because Killer Frost empowers herself by absorbing heat, and Effigy supplies plenty of that. Both tell each other about the origin of their powers. Killer Frost has said that nobody's able to touch her, but Effigy proves her wrong, and they kiss each other. Effigy feels great about that and thinks that they can achieve anything together, but the dream is crushed by the sudden appearance of Green Lantern. A fight erupts, and after a few minutes, Effigy and Killer Frost are bickering with each other and point out each other's mistakes. Effigy realizes that he might be better off on his own and escapes.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, for an issue focused on him, yeah, I mean, we basically boil Effigy down to, oh, hey, it's a guy with fire powers.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't.
Yeah. Again, it's like, let me flip through on the app here. Yeah, Cal does not show up until page 13 of 23, so.
And he dumps a bunch of ice on her. It's not like, you know, there's nothing that makes this necessarily a Green Lantern story, It's
Yeah.
just kind of more generic superhero stuff.
And I think the art really, I mean, again, it's Ron Lim, so the art like brings this
Oh, yeah.
story up a couple notches just because it's
Yeah.
Ron Lim.
Absolutely.
Because again, it's just like fill-ins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got the prison riot. Yeah, most of this is just Killer Frost and Effigy rampaging across the countryside.
Exactly.
And then Effigy's just like, oh, it's getting hard. I'm gonna, Green Lantern's gonna beat us. Bye.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
I know. I remember like reading this the first time and thinking, oh, is Effigy gonna be back like next issue or somewhere soon? No.
Nope. Not at all. I don't think he appears again until.
Oh, it's a long time because I don't think does Judd Winnick even use Effigy? I don't
I don't
think.
think so. I don't think he appears again until after Rebirth, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. It's
Like when Kyle has the Ion book, I think is maybe when he reappears.
maybe. Yeah, it's been a while since I read that.
That's by Mars, though. That makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah. I mean, after this issue, I mean, basically, Effigy becomes like, what Guy Gardner is at the time, basically just like a background character in like stories and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's so weird. It's like, so the controllers just let him go.
Yeah. How did that?
Like originally they let him go because they didn't think the experiment worked that gave him powers. But then once they came back and took him, and then we saw, I know we saw Cal release, set him free last week. But I'm like, the controllers aren't coming back to get him again.
I don't know.
Again, I think it just slipped through the cracks because once Ron Marz left, there was this one issue, and then no one really picked up the ball. So,
Mm-hmm. Yep, I think so. I
don't know. Did we ever get a big controller story after this, or?
I don't think the controllers or the Dark Stars appear again until until like Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern Corps, which is post Rebirth. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think the Dark Stars show up again.
And again, for someone on the level of like the Guardians of the Universe, and it's just like, I mean, I guess it's like no writer just didn't pick them up, but it's just, it seems weird as nobody thought to run with that in any, not even Green Lantern in any book. It's just like, yeah, no.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, man.
Although I think that their big moment though was when they started the Dark Star book. So when that's been gone for a while now. So they're.
Oh yeah, that has been gone for. Yeah, it's been months and months since we've talked about Dark Stars.
Will's like, I blocked that from my mind.
Actually, the last several issues of that were actually pretty good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, some of them weren't bad. No,
There was a big chunk in there where basically every character that was cosmic and related to Green Lantern got thrown in there and derailed all the other plots that were
boy,
going
I was going
on.
to say by the end of the book, I mean, we were getting Cal was guest starring every so often. John Stewart was there every month. So
Donna Troy was there, and
it was basically became like almost like the second Green Lantern book.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Seems like we're flying through these, but again, it's like they're not bad stories, but there's not much substance there.
Yeah, they're kind of light, just light and breezy. Just move it through and go.
But especially,
in fact, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say this one, especially like this 127, the Effigy one. It almost, I mean, it feels a little shorter. It almost seemed like like a backup story you get like in an annual or something.
And I didn't check, but I bet you the average panels per page on these are pretty low too, maybe 3 to 4 or something like that. Just because they seem to both read so fast,
Yeah.
And even this last one, it seemed to read fast too.
Yeah, in 127, yeah, it looks like the average panel count is like 3 to 5. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, except for what's the last? Did we actually get one? Oh no, we have 5 on the last page. Never mind. But yeah, it's just such a weird ending. It's like, yeah, like you said, Cal dumps all that ice on Killer Frost, and like Effigy just like flies off. It's
Done.
like never to be seen again. It's like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, and technically, he was the one who was narrating the issue, but still, it was weird. It was very weird.
yeah, again, I mean, maybe Jay Faerber was trying to do something different, but yeah, Cal does not show up until page 13 of 23. So,
Mm-hmm. All right, last one.
all right, yes, boy, kids, for those of you who love when we get long-winded, yeah, this is not the episode for you.
This is not the episode for you.
But again, like I said, it's not bad. There's just not a lot to these. It's
Yeah.
and I mean, a lot of these stories. I mean, hell, these Jay Faerber stories. I mean, you could plug pretty much anyone besides Green Lantern into these, right? I mean,
And they would still work, yeah.
Yeah.
Except, Effigy and
yeah.
wouldn't know them and be as annoyed by them as, he is by Kyle, right?
Yeah. Like, I mean, if you tweak the personality and stuff, like 127, I mean, you could plug Superman in there. You could plug Booster Gold into there. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And did they ever say? I mean, it's been a little bit since I read this. In 127, did we didn't even explain? Oh, was Cal looking for Effigy? Did he hear he escaped, or was he looking
He
for?
just
Killer
shows
Frost?
up.
Yeah, he just shows up. It's like, oh no, oh hey, the JLA got a message. There was a jailbreak, so they sent me to investigate. Nothing. It's just like, oh hey, Cal's like, oh, because this wasn't in like New York or anything.
This was out in the country somewhere. We don't know where. Near what was it? Niagara Falls? I mean, it was near a waterfall.
Oh yeah. So it might have been.
I don't think it was Niagara Falls,
Oh
but
yeah.
because it wasn't that big and there weren't tourists around, so I don't know.
Yeah. But I mean, it was just the loosest of stories. It's like, oh yeah, no explanation why he's there. It's just like, oh hey, here to catch you guys.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, get to the last one here. Green Lantern 128 from September 2000.
We're almost to 2001.
I
A
know.
Space Odyssey.
Oh, you know why you like that. I'm sorry, Hal.
Al, I can't do that. Dave.
Dave. 1 in a Million. Yeah, writer once again, Jay Faerber, penciler Gus Vasquez, who's on that 126. Inker Andy Smith.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a name we know. Colorist Moose Bauman. Letterer Sean Cannot, and yeah, Bob Schreck and Frank Barrios, editors again. All right, Cal Rayner and Roy Harper meet at the Warriors bar. Arsenal shows off his archery skills to impress a young woman. After that, both heroes play some darts and think about their short time together on a team which called itself the New Titans. But they are interrupted by a hostage situation involving some quirky terrorists. During the battle, Green Lantern loses his ring and is forced to use Arsenal's weapons to defeat the terrorists and save the hostages. After that, Cal and Roy can return to the Warriors to celebrate together with Guy Gardner. See? Background, there's Guy Gardner. Hey.
Yeah. We got Guy Gardner. Hey. This story is, it's light. I feel like it's as light and breezy as the other two, by Jay Faerber.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird because it's like, oh, hey, you're dating my ex-girlfriend who doesn't remember dating me now.
Yeah, it's weird.
I mean, I guess you have that connection. They were on the Titans together, but yeah, it's kind of...
Yeah. And he loses the ring, which is...
And they even threw it. It's like, oh, I don't have time to like concentrate and bring it to me or something. Because remember, Marz did that at the end of his run. It's like...
It's kind of a rookie mistake. And I know that, they're not always perfect, but I don't know. This story felt a little, it was a Green Lantern-ish, Green Arrow-ish team up.
Yeah.
Right? It was speedy. But I don't know. And it seemed,
It just seems
it,
weird because you never see him hanging out with Roy Harper, but all of a
yeah.
sudden he's hanging with Roy Harper.
And it seems to kind of poke fun at Roy Harper a lot too, which is not necessarily cool, right? I mean,
Well, yeah. I mean, at this time in the Titans book, I mean, we're kind of painting him as like a slacker and stuff. And it's like, he was leading the Titans when Cal was on there, and he was working for, what was that, Checkmates. I mean, he was
mhm.
he was basically a government operative, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh, who's the slacker? Who's the long-haired slacker all of a sudden again.
Yeah. But
Oh, I was right. Oh, but the cover to 128, we did get another Daryl Banks cover.
oh, well, that's good. Nice.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten that.
Cal laying there and someone holding the ring. Yeah, that's another Daryl Banks. So.
Oh, and speaking of, I just discovered that Ron Marz and Daryl Banks are they're a part of a Kickstarter that's
Ooh.
going on right now. I'll have to get you the information and send it to you before we record the next show tomorrow.
Oh, maybe for a future. Oh, no. I was going to say, I mean, that's still a little further ways out, but I was going to say, reach out to them, see if they want to promote anything, be like, maybe talk to both of them for episode 100 or something.
That would be cool, but
Especially if
I'm
those
sure
both
the
of them
Kickstarter will be over by
Yeah, the
then.
Kickstarter will be over. Yeah. Darn it.
And speaking of, I'm sorry to completely derail it, but J.M. DeMatteis's Kickstarter launched last week, I think.
Yeah, I think he already hit his goal, of course.
Oh,
right?
yeah, way over his goal. So, but there's the goal, and then there's what you actually need to make the book, which is usually higher than the goal. So.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, I'm sure Ron Marz and Daryl Banks don't need our help any more than J.M. DeMatteis did.
Yeah, but every little bit does help. So
it does, yeah.
Okay, sorry. Back to 128.
But
What did you think?
What?
Yeah, they're fighting Rocket Reds, right?
Yes.
What did you think about the ending?
Didn't it? I mean, it seemed kind of abrupt, didn't it?
Kind of, yeah.
Because basically, yes, like it said, Cal has Roy's bow and arrow, and then Roy's holding the ring, and Cal shoots a guy in the hand, and Roy flicks that ring into some guy's eye, and they're just like, oh no! And they just like they flash forward the Warriors bar where they're telling Guy,
It's
and
done.
Like, yeah, yeah, it seemed kind of abrupt, yeah. Do you think? I mean, was that intentional, or was that a case of, oh crap, I only have one page left?
It felt kind of intentional to me. I mean, I don't know. This just felt kind of.
Yeah, I mean, would it have worked better if we would have like last page we would have just seen them like decking the bad guys and be like, oh, good work, partner, and then just ended it there without going back to the bar.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was just
once
it's
again,
a weird.
I mean, the last page we go back to that bar and it's only like 3 panels. It's like, okay.
Yep, that's it. We're done.
Because it's like you don't even see like the front of Guy. Like you see like almost like the back of Guy's head or like the side of Guy's head. It's like you're not.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, and see, I do not remember. So Winnick picks up the next issue. Is that right?
I believe. Yeah.
129.
Yeah.
I see. I don't remember reading the Winnick run at all. So I don't know. We're gonna just have to see. But this is a weird kind of.
Yeah.
And I don't mean this in a bad way. These 3 stories feel like they're light, they're breezy, I'd forgotten one of them, and I'd just read them today. I'm like, what was the other? What was the other thing that happened? I don't remember because they're just not super memorable. I mean, they're not bad stories, but they're forgettable.
once again, I just wonder if that's marching orders where it's just like, yeah, you're not going to be the regular writer. You're just filling in until the regular writer gets
Status
here.
quo, yeah. Do
So
something.
yeah, don't shake up the status quo. Yeah, don't mess with anything in Cal's personal life. Just give us straight superhero stories. Couple action tales,
and move on. Yeah.
Because when
Well,
when you think about it, in these 3 issues, this last one, 128, like the only time again you even see Cal without his mask on.
Yeah, exactly.
He's fully Green Lantern. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're moving and grooving through Green Lantern now.
Yeah. Well, next 2 weeks we're gonna slow it down a little bit because we're not gonna get the 129 for like 3 weeks. So.
Well, the next episode, I definitely have thoughts about those issues as well.
Yes. You know what? The one of them I had on. I thought I had read it. I had never read before. The
I hadn't read
Giant number 3. I'd never read that before.
I had never. I don't think I think I had read the 80-page Giant, but I don't remember reading the annual.
Oh, see, I just bought the annual like a few months ago, so that's the first time I read that. So I gotta reread that because I said it's been a few months. Oh, should I do the homework? Okay.
Yeah, let's do the homework, man.
All right. Okay, so next week, yes, like we said, we're going to be doing Green Lantern 80-page Giant number 3. That's the last of those.
Number 3.
And then Green Lantern Annual 9, which will be the last of those for this series.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 2 weeks, we're going to be doing Green Lantern Circle of Fire.
Brian K. Vaughan.
Yes. So that's why I said so. That's why it's going to take us 3 weeks. So when we get back in 3 weeks, yes, we'll do Green Lantern 129 through 132. So we'll start Judd Winnick's run.
That means once we finish those issues, we'll have less than 50 issues left in this run of Green Lantern.
Yes. That's all right. We're not going to finish this series this year, William. We got.
I know. We got stuff to do. We got to read, and we got to read the Spectre.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because after Circle of Fire, there's 3 weeks of just Green Lantern issues, which will take us to 139, and then we'll get to we'll get to 140, and then we'll get to Our Worlds at War.
Oh yeah.
At least the Green Lantern part.
Was that just a special, or was that a Green Lantern?
Well, they did.
Or was it a crossover?
Well, it was going through a lot of the books, but like a lot of the characters got one shots. Like there's a Green Lantern at Worlds of War. There was a Superman, a Batman. Yeah, there was some
a Harley Quinn. I think I seem to remember one of those.
Maybe, and there were like tie-ins to like actual issues of all their monthly books too and stuff. So
yeah. I sort of remember Our Worlds at War, but doesn't Hippolyta die? Is that Wonder Woman's mom?
I think, yeah, and it kind of looks like Aquaman dies too, but that's when he gets sent back in time or whatever.
Oh, okay. See, I completely forgot that.
Yeah. And then, then after that, we'll get to the Last Will and Testament of Hal Jordan.
That's where we get Kilowog back, right?
I don't think in that. I thought it's in the monthly Green Lantern book, unless
you're probably right. Yeah.
I don't know. You might be right, but yeah. But the last week of the month, the last week of the year is when we're going to start the Spectre run. So
sweet. I'm looking forward to. I've read the first 12 issues of that, so I'll probably reread those and just read the whole thing again.
Yeah, we're going to do the first 8 for the last week of the year. So
cool. It was 24 or 27 issues?
I don't remember. Was it 27 maybe something?
I think 27, but I'm not sure. We'll get there.
Yeah, I can't wait because now that I know it was written by JMD Mateus, and you gave the first half like glowing reviews. Like I want to read this.
I know I did not want to like it. You of all people know that I did not want to like it at all.
Oh yeah. But no, but now I get a good reports from you and Lilith about it. I'm like, oh, I can't wait. And it's written by Jay, because I think I kind of blocked that out. I'm like, that JMD Mateus wrote it.
Yeah, I had forgotten that he had written it. I think I avoided it initially just because it wasn't what
It wasn't the
didn't-
how you wanted.
Exactly. But I mean, the stories are, of course, great because it's by J.M. DeMatteis, and the art, he's got lots of great artists on it. I mean, P. Craig Russell does an issue, I believe, and then you had I can't even remember the other artists on there, but it's a really good series, which DC has not collected, by the way, and that needs to be remedied.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the thing about like 90s, some of the 90s stuff, and like I think even early 2000s, like they didn't collect everything. Now they collect everything, so it's like
Yeah.
yeah, there's some good stuff back, in the 90s and early 2000s, and I think some of these people don't read because it's not collected.
Exactly. They don't know how to get to it.
Exactly. All right, so are we done?
We're good, man.
Again, these issues weren't bad. They were just, just ho-hum.
Average. I mean,
Yeah.
they're just
I
they're
mean,
not bad, but they're not great.
They were better than Guy Gardner issues.
I would. Depends on which Guy Gardner issue.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
probably.
Most of them.
Yeah.
All right, kids. So yeah, so next episode, Green Lantern Annual 9, and Green Lantern 80-page giant number 3, and then a 2-week Circle of Fire. So send your thoughts. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find Sector 2814 on Facebook, on Twitter. Go join the Green Lantern Facebook fan group. Find links to all the various social medias for all the DC and Marvel shows we do. Again, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's free, and everything we do gets a video up there. So smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any of it.
Smash it.
And coming soon on Capes and Lunatics, we'll be on there. We're going to be talking to Jeff Johnson, who penciled one of these issues this week. So, and
very cool.
But we'll
and Wonder Man.
Wonder Man. I'm gonna have to look through his resume because I'm sure there's some. I swear I can't remember, but I swear there's something else I know him from. So
Solitaire from the Ultraverse.
I don't read a lot of Ultra, but I'm sure it's probably like he probably did like he probably issue here on something, an issue there on something.
And he was doing something for CrossGen. Yeah, I'll have to look through his list too just to make sure. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be talking like 50 series with him because he's probably all over the place. All right, so yes. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Once again, the Patreon. Remember, paying for this out of your own pocket now. It's a labor of love, but $3 to $5 gets you early access to creator interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
And hallelujah, superhero movie brackets are almost over. We will find the worst superhero movie of all time. October, Spawn versus Meteor Man, and then in November, we're gonna pick our winner from the winner out of the 3 finalists. So, and hey, subscribe to the Patreon. We'll say next year the patrons can vote on what they want us to talk about in 2023. So,
cool.
And she said our 3 patrons, Ray, Russell, and Justin, are sadists, so we need more people to vote.
She has a point.
And so subscribe to the Patreon and pick yourself up some Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch. Find it all at Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. And as Lilith always likes to say, hey, there's a Cash App link in the show notes, so if you just want to drop random cash on us, you can do that.
Cool.
All right, and once again, remember, find our missing brother Matt Kona everywhere on social media at Matt Kona, MATTKONA. Find the funny on the internet.
He gives me his bone.
All right, now the hardest working man in comics and podcasting, Mr. Will Allred, master of the core, master of the quantum zone, master of the Kickstarter comics, master of all things Quasar and Green Lantern. Where can people talk to you?
You can find me at Walred. That's at WALLRED at Gmail and Twitter and Facebook and other social media that I don't even remember setting up, I'm sure. You can also find out all kinds of cool stuff about Crossover Division, which is my self-published comic via Kickstarter. Number 4 is was successfully funded a while back, and we're finishing up on the art, so it'll be printed soon, and then we'll be coming out with a collected edition, hopefully soon, a little less soon than the issue 4, but it's on the horizon. You can also check out Diary of Night at diaryofnight.com, which is another self-published book of mine. And if you want to listen to me hang out and annoy other people podcasting, you can go check out Explain Yourself with Kevin, Joseph, and I, where we talk to comic book creators on Kickstarter who have projects that are currently running. So we like to try to promote as many Kickstarter projects as we can. And finally, you obviously have great taste. So if you want to find out more about Quasar, and who doesn't, you can find out more at the Quantum Zone, quantumzone.org.
Hey, boys, you look at the party? I love the party.
I'll put it in my navel.
Remember, kids, all episodes of the Quantum Zone on our YouTube channel. So, a nice
That's
handy
right.
playlist.
They aren't even attempting to enter our orifices.
Over
That's the
100
one.
Over 150 hours of excellent live reads.
And an awesome discussion about Quasar.
That's right. And Matt Kona talking about visiting nursing homes.
And I'm visiting nursing homes with bad intentions.
Greatest.
So many great drops.
One of the greatest. All right, kids. Again, thank you for joining us. Next episode will be Green Lantern Annual 9 and 80-page giant number 3. And then in 2 weeks, Green Lantern Circle of Fire, the whole damn thing. So there's like, 2 issues and then a bunch of tie-in issues.
Like 8 total issues, I think, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this will be a big one, kids.
Yeah.
Trust me, we'll probably get more in depth than we did tonight. So. All right, kids, join us next time. And remember, hot date is not always a good thing. Good night.